mystery that has been plaguing the internet for the last several years. Who is this elf man, and where did he come from? It turns out the answer to that took a much darker turn than anyone could ever imagine. Actually, it wasn't dark at all. It's just a mostly forgotten about Christmas special that wasn't very well documented. This is the Christmas Gift of Light.
Everybody needs a soulmate, someone to communicate.
The Mystery Elf cartoon actually has two names, as its original title was The Soulmates in The Gift of Light. So, I remember when this popped up a few years back that people were trying to figure out what this cartoon weird elf guy was from. But it really picked up momentum this second time around when Will Sloan tweeted about how no one has been able to figure out what cartoon this guy was from for years. The picture was originally a family photo of Emily Charette that just happened to have the mystery man mid-sentence in the background. Since I've covered at least a few silly cartoons, it was passed my way to see if I knew what it was. The old elf man looked familiar to me, but I wasn't really sure of anything. He does, of course, bear some resemblance to Old Man from Good Times / Golden Films' Beauty and the Beast, so I thought it was possible he came from one of their tunes. I scanned through Golden Films as The Christmas Elves and The Night Before Christmas with no luck. He also looked like he could maybe fit in Happily Ever After, but of course that wasn't correct either. As I was looking around people discussing the topic, I seen some suggestions that it was the special The Christmas Gift of Light, and I found the 2-tape set Christmas Cartoon Adventures which had it on there. So I figured I'd pick this up and see. I mean, if not, there still might have been a cartoon on here worth reviewing. Shortly after I picked up the tapes, the case was definitively solved though, as the brothers Lucas and Joshua Rastia happened to be tracking down a Christmas special that they remembered seeing back in the day. They ended up picking up the same set I got, and once they found out people were searching for it, uploaded the cartoon to YouTube. I'm glad I have my own copy of it though, so I could rip it in slightly higher quality. The tapes with the Christmas Cartoon Adventures were recorded in EP mode, and this 2-tape set definitely did not need to be a 2-tape set. As you can see inside the cassettes, it's mostly spindle. So, these are quite cheapy VHSs, and I actually had to go through 3 VCRs and rip it twice and piece the rips together to get a clean copy because it kept distorting during the playback, but I eventually got a decent clean copy. Some people didn't think this Canadian cartoon was shown past its original airing in 1991, but you can see in the original mystery photo Jurassic Park in their Super Nintendo, which would place this picture as being taken in 1993 at the earliest. The creator and writer of the Soulmates Christmas special, Gabrielle St. George, said it aired on CBC for 5 years, and then was sold internationally before it ended up on VHS, where it was distributed around the US as a part of the Christmas Cartoon Adventure set by the Chicago-based Questar. Questar did a bunch of kinda cheapy VHS releases back in the day, including public domain cartoons and a lot of VHS sets. One being about incredible mysteries. If only they'd known one of their releases would become an incredible mystery itself. Questar Entertainment still exists today doing digital distribution, and one of their old VHS sets about great Bible adventures I guess kinda foreshadowed their future endeavors producing originals for Pure Flix. Gabrielle St. George has actually uploaded a copy of the movie to YouTube as well, which was released through the Canadian company Alliance instead of Questar. There is also a release under Lucerne Media, which had a generic cover. It had a bunch of Christmas specials on it, which include old Cricket Crockett, and they just changed the title of the holiday special at the bottom. Once I finally got a look at this special, it hit me, I had actually seen this cartoon as a kid back when. This was very much a buried memory that only came back to me when I seen the design of the title aliens, the Soulmates. It's always kinda odd to watch something that you sort of forgot about, but then as you're re-watching it, you get that deja vu feeling that you'd actually seen this thing before. And odd is definitely a feeling very prevalent throughout this entire Christmas special, and I do gotta say, I rather enjoy the oddness of this cartoon for the most part. Gabrielle St. George created this cartoon along with Dominic Vitro, who used to play football in the CFL before producing this under the company Soulmates Productions, which has no other credits to its name. Though one of the biggest suspicions I had while watching this was that the Soulmates aliens were meant to return, and it turns out they very much were. One of the things that made me think that this was meant to be more than a one-off special was the fact that the original title was The Soulmates in the Gift of Light, which would seem to hint that they were intended for other stories called The Soulmates in whatever. There's also the fact that there's just a lot of unanswered questions about the Soulmates and their world, which seems like it's meant to be part of a series that fills in a bit of this at least. And yeah, in an article from the Montreal Gazette talking about this special, they were hoping to turn the Soulmates into a series if the ratings were high enough. So, we could have had an entire series of mysteries surrounding the Soulmates. This Christmas special is actually pretty nicely animated too for a TV special from '91. There are two animation studios credited as working on this one. Shoten Animation, which has no other credits on IMDb. But Jade Animation has worked on a lot of notable projects, including Batman the Animated Series, a bunch of Disney sequel movies, and Disney series. Most importantly being Darkwing Duck. Some of the characters look kind of familiar in this special too. I mean, even past the mystery old man's elf cousin. The dog Truman looks very similar to a Dalmatian from 101 Dalmatians, just he lost his spots. The main villain, Angris McBragg, is a bit like Jack Napier from Batman the Animated Series if he became Mr. Freeze instead of the Joker. And McBragg's sidekick, Thomas, looks a lot like Montana Max if he went on a 5-day bender.
'Twas the night before Christmas.
There's also an odd, creepy tone to a lot of this movie, due in large part to the music, which is one of the reasons I kind of dig this cartoon a bit. Though McBragg stranding a poor kitty up a tree is going too far. You think this little blonde boy is going to try and help save the cat or come into play in some way, but no, he just gets thrown in the snow and dies, I guess, because we never see him again.
We'll spread negative energy throughout the entire world!
Angris McBragg is some kind of evil sorcerer, I guess, who gets something out of making people miserable. It's not entirely clear. I'm not sure if he's supposed to be an alien too, as he's got a flying car, which I don't recall that many people having back in '91. Maybe McBragg is a damn neutrino. A kind of notable thing in this too is that Truman is a seeing eye guide dog for this girl Ella, who you even see reading Braille and stuff. They're definitely trying to do a respectable depiction of a blind person, no Mr. Magoo shit here, though there is a rather silly bit with her at the beginning. Angris uses his power to daze Truman, and Ella, for some reason, walks right past her seeing eye guide dog down the stairs and onto the street.
Oh my goodness! I can't believe...
Wait, the guy just drives off without even a sorry for almost killing you there.
I can't believe I let this happen to her. I guess I'm getting too old to be a guide dog.
Don't think that one is entirely on you, Truman. Ella would have had to realize she is walking well past where you would have been, unless you regularly made her meet you on the road, in which case, yeah, bad call, dog. Anyway, over in the North Pole, Santa curls up with the latest edition of the Depresso Times, talking about hostages being taken, robberies, and war breaking.
It's a shame. The nice list seems to get shorter and shorter.
So, is this just a bunch of bad things happening in general, or did Angris McBragg cause a war? We don't get any real clarification on the scope of McBragg's crimes. Santa then watches Chris Farley and David Spade in Robbing Street Santas, their least popular movie they did together.
No one believes in Santa anymore. I don't even believe in myself anymore.
Everybody needs a soulmate.
This escalates rather quickly as Santa decides, without informing any of his crew, to abandon his entire operation. Santa also has some kind of rocket sleigh, so why does he even need flying deer?
On the other side of the other side of the universe.
On the other side of the other side of the universe is where the Soulmates live? How fast can these things fly? Apparently going past the speed of light would be like that old person driving slowly ahead of you on the road to the Soulmates.
What you doing, Orion?
Oh, salute, Aurelia. Want to join me in some solar tide action?
They turned into gnarly sets. You'd end up on the other side of the universe.
Bonus! Bossa Nova!
Soulmates, hurry. This could be your first mission. I'm getting a distress call from Earth.
How large is the Soulmates coverage area? If they're covering the entire universe, you'd think they'd be getting a few more missions. The Soulmates find out that Santa ran away from home just like Uncle Jesse.
Jesse ran away from home?
The Bad Santa mission is given to the Soulmates by their boss, the Good Soul, who's a weird pink star guy. Well, you know how weird things get on the other side of the universe.
Santa's gone. He's the only one in the whole world who can make Christmas happen. Without Santa, there won't be a Christmas.
Holy crap! There's never been a Christmas!
Despondent rain dude.
Grievous.
Gnarly! Radical!
As head of the reindeer, it's up to me to find Santa by then.
Why is it a deer's job to find Santa if he just bums out on everyone? Shouldn't any of the elves led by Mystery Man take some initiative? And is there a Mrs. Claus? Did Santa also just run out on his wife?
It's gonna take a miracle.
Or a soulmate.
Yeah, we're gonna pass on this one.
You don't get a choice.
Everybody needs a soulmate.
Yes. I mean, no. Damn it, I'm pulling an Uncle Santa and running away from home. So, yeah, if you need to travel across the entire universe, you need to go musical montage speed. It doesn't really look like they're going that fast, but that's because they're just going so fast that it doesn't look like they're going that fast.
Soulmates. Orion and Aurelia.
We know you're talking to us, dude. Who else would you be addressing?
This job is of unusual importance for a first mission.
Don't worry, Comet's message has us pumped.
Yeah, Comet's depression makes us pumped!
One last bit of advice.
Can the dude. No way, old star man. You can't hush my mellow.
Remember to flow with the positive energy.
For sure!
You idiot, I'll kill you!
You all have your assigned sectors to search. Now go! Go!
They ain't real characters. They ain't gonna find shit.
Break a leg.
Thomas!
That means good luck in showbiz, you know?
Are you sure about that new elf?
Comet, I checked his references. He came highly recommended.
And if you can't trust Angris mcbragg, who can you trust? You should have remained a mystery, dude.
Oh, I love you, Truman. You're the best friend.
Well, that's the last straw. Truman's pulling a Santa and running away from home.
I hope Orion and Aurelia are able to help everyone, including themselves.
Comet! Excellent!
Who said that?
Me!
I feel like that scream is taking this moment well past where it should be. Like, you're at a 10. We're gonna need you down more around like a 5.
Oh, bugs! I hate bugs!
Surely you must run into a lot of bugs in the air flying around the world for Santa, Comet. If you don't like bugs, you're probably in the wrong line of work.
We're not bugs. We're soulmates sent to help you liberate Christmas.
Oh, soulmates? I hate soulmates!
Believe you'll find Santa and it'll happen.
It can't be that easy.
Sure can. Think positive.
And just then, Aurelia gets hit by a car. That's some positive thinking for you.
I wonder where Aurelia went.
Hey, look! Santa's supersonic sled!
You scoped it! Let's rope it, partner!
Wow, Ryan sure stopped caring about Aurelia awfully quick. They might be biologically soulmates, but emotionally, they're not quite there.
Oh, sorry.
This is my bench. You'll have to find another one.
Back off, Santa. People are allowed to use a public bench. Santa sure pulled a major 180, didn't he? He used to give presents to everyone. Now he won't even share a bench? And why is he playing bum now? Just because he quit his job didn't mean he had to abandon his home. Maybe he was just like that close to getting evicted in the first place.
I'm afraid I was here first. You'll have to leave.
Well, maybe we can share.
So, can Santa talk to animals because he's magic or something? Or could Ella also have a conversation with Truman like this? This is another thing that's not super clear here.
Don't I know you from somewhere?
Don't think so. Claus is the name.
Great job, Santa! No one would suspect Claus of being Santa Claus!
I have a newspaper. Would you like part?
Anything but the front page. The headlines are too depressing.
Everybody needs a soulmate.
Look over there! That old bum on the bench looks like Santa.
Santa hid a few feet away from his crashed sled. He's a real guy incognito.
Santa?
I thought you looked familiar.
We found him! Christmas is saved!
Sure, I haven't found why Santa flaked out in the first place, but I'm sure all he really wanted was to play hide and seek.
They don't even believe in the spirit of Christmas. I can't make a difference anymore.
Everybody needs a soulmate.
Soulmate Santa would really get along great with Depresso Santa from Sonic.
There's gotta be something we can do.
No, Sonic, it's hopeless.
It's hopeless. Let's face it, Santa's gone for good. You elves need a new leader.
Santa has fallen! I, Starscream, am now your Christmas leader!
No one can replace Santa.
And there it is! During that line is the magic mystery moment that let us all hear. Also, I feel like a paper bag with a smile drawn on it would bring more holiday cheer than Santa, so you might as well replace away.
It's him! He's back! You see, Thomas, there is nothing to worry about.
I am Angris mcbragg, your new Santa.
Yeah, sure, we'll follow anyone who comes down the chimney, I guess.
No one can replace Santa.
Except for the first person we see who comes to replace him.
Thank you for taking care of things around here for me until I could arrive. I got a gift for you. It's a soulmate.
Yeah, see? Orion was right not to worry about her.
You'll never find Santa.
Of course we will.
Do you know how bad he is at going into hiding?
You will be producing a new toy. The Doubting Thomas doll.
Wow, McBragg must really love his sidekick buddy Thomas to have the evil doll made to look like him.
A doll that will have all children doubting themselves.
Hey, you hear about that new toy that looks like a hungover Montana Max and makes you depressed? Man, I need like 10 of those!
You've got to help me, Orion.
I'll use my awesome soulmate powers. All I do is I cosmically contact my soulmate Aurelia.
Probably should have thought to try and ring her up a few hours ago when she suddenly disappeared.
See it, believe it, and make it come true. It's called magic imagining.
Probably should have magic imagined yourself some higher ratings. According to Don Vitro, this magic imagining concept partly came from his sports background, where they try and visualize successful achievement of their goals.
Your head works like a telephone?
A headphone. A headphone, get it?
I wish I couldn't understand dogs. So the elves just go to work making these evil dolls because the weird blue man told them to?
Aurelia, I can't hear you.
We're sorry. The customer you are currently trying to reach no longer loves you.
I lost him. I better try some magic imagining.
Aurelia's magic imagining sends Ella's letter to Santa directly to him, which I guess had to be on a Braille typewriter, but I feel like they should have made that clear on the keys. And for some reason, Ella doesn't name drop Truman in her letter, even though it's about wanting him back, or even sign it. Ella just knew it'd be more dramatically convenient if she kept the letter vague.
Look into my eyes. You no longer believe in yourself.
I am utterly hopeless. The only thing you need to learn is how to stay out of my way.
Toasty! So, evil Aurelia only lasts for a minute of runtime when Comet and Orion send some magic imagining energy her way, and it immediately turns her back. I really wonder if this special is meant to be twice as long originally, because quite a few things in it feel rushed. Doubting Thomas gets a blast of good vibes as well, which knocks his 5 o'clock shadow off and obviously means he's made a full-on face turn. So the magic imagining can just completely alter someone's personality? That's some pretty dangerous stuff they're playing with there.
Destination Pole City! You guys coming?
I would love to go to Pole City with you!
I've given up on Christmas and Santa.
Everybody needs a soulmate.
Thomas, what's gotten into you? You're different.
You've shaved! I hate it! You're not the man I fell in love with!
Dear Santa, my best friend has run away because he doesn't believe he's good enough for me.
Well, this letter has taught me that running away was the right call.
How are you going to find your way back to the North Pole? You can't even see.
You're going to have to guide me.
Are they gonna walk to the North Pole, or is the dog gonna repair and fly the rocket sled? I feel like we were really deprived by not getting a scene of that.
Your evil toys are ready to be delivered.
Well, harness up the sled.
But the reindeer aren't here.
Then harness up the elves.
Can elves fly?
You know, you guys have been a real pain.
Santa's here to cut off the ass!
It's soulmate power. Can't you feel it?
Wow, I think Santa OD'd on soulmate power. He is out of it.
All mcbragg's evil dolls have turned into good toys.
It doesn't really make a difference to me, though. We would have still delivered them either way.
So with his plan ruined, Angris mcbragg just kinda ducks out of there and flies off. Kinda got off really light there. Guess that's the true gift of light. Maybe mcbragg was supposed to be their recurring villain if they went to series, but this is another moment that just feels super rushed.
This can never happen again, mcbragg!
Remember the unsigned letter we found?
That letter was from Ella?
No, it was from me. I love you, Truman.
I don't feel the same way, Santa.
Alright, back to the park bench for me. You know, I'm really glad that the mystery picture of a cartoon on a TV turned out to be as odd as it was, and reminded me of a cartoon I hadn't thought about since childhood. It's kinda neat that the search for this cartoon has kinda given it a second life. Guess the magic imagining came through for this cartoon, just a little late. Now, I'm gonna magic imagine myself onto a public park bench because I want to be alone, so I'm not sharing. Ah! Evil moon!
Yay! What's that, my elf homies? It's my cousin, Old Man. He's the new Santa. I need to stop meeting my cousins.